Good afternoon, everybody. And welcome to the studio. Hey, Wonder Hamster. Mr. Impatient over here. Kiba and Minnie have abandoned me for a spot of sunlight in the front of the studio, so I was going to pull them up. Hey, I promised pottery and cats, so I'm trying to live up to that promise. Oh, Minnie left. Or is she just not in the camera angle? We need to scoot that box up further. Oh, well, it's hot again. It's hot. Is it hotter today than yesterday, or is it like down by a few degrees? Yay, 105 instead of 110. Yeah, Minnie's still up there. Well, only one cat. There he is. There's Kiba. It's cool compared to tomorrow. And then it goes away. Fine. No cats for us. If it comes back up, I'll put Kiba back. We could put the camera on Wonder Hamster. My glasses are not level, so sorry. It's just, things are looking weird. There we go. There he is. Again, the hard life of the guard kitty. Hard life. And Minnie is just like right out of camera range. Where am I at over here? Minnie is like right there. She's like right here. All right. We have 4 pounds of clay. Oh, he's alive! Look at him, he's stretched. Four pounds of clay. I'm going to make a few mixing bowls to get started. Kisa, hello. So I was making some pieces similar to this the other day. I was making some of the large yarn bowls. It's the same amount of clay and same process. This is just going to be a slightly different shape. So like the other day when I had to, I think it was when I had to go like pick up Minnie from the vet, like he was in the front window there in a spot of sunlight, and like I stepped over him to leave, and I stepped over him to when I came back, and he just did not move. He's like, I'm a door greeter. I'm greeting people at the door. What else do you want? And then it does that. And then we lose some connection. Why so serious? Hello? Okay. The base is a good size, but I did want to make this a bit taller. Here we go. I just got to remember to slow it down every so often so it doesn't get away from me. And maybe trim a tiny bit off of the bottom just to level it out and get rid of some of that extra clay. What did people buy the double bowl for? Did they say? Oh yeah, a flower pot. All right. So we have this large-ish bowl. My glasses keep trying to fall down. Anybody else perfected the nose twitch? Otherwise, I'd have clay smeared all over my face. Keep messing with this. I'm gonna cause it to collapse if I keep messing with it. Arm, hello. So, how's it going? So you are You're enjoying the pre-con con. So are you all set up? You ready to go? There was a knife over here. What did I use it for? I moved it. I don't know why. But I think I'll try this one another way, see if I can get this up off the wheel. I just can't get underneath there. There we go. Whew. Okay, I'm going to try to leave a thicker rim on the next one. I think that'll help keep it keep its shape. There we go. I promise pottery and cats. That's where Kiba is. Enjoying his time in the kind of sun. The sun's coming our way. Yeah, have a good lunch. Now, I know Kiba is alive up there because we've seen him move. He stretched once. No, I need to go fix the back door. Oh, that's funny. I'm throwing bigger pots, so Kiba is blocking it. So I want to get some more of this clay up off the bottom. Oh, uh-oh. Let's see. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Kiba still didn't move. Someone stepped over him and he didn't move. Okay. Now I said I wanted to have this be a little bit thicker on the rim. Let's see if I've waited too long to do that. Turn this down. I'll say again how much I love this clay, how smooth it is. I didn't do this on the other one, but I do like to make a notch. Kind of give me a spot where I'm going to put the handle on. And but I do see like how the clay with the grog in it gives a lot more structure to the piece. Like this, it is so soft and squishy that I'm afraid it's, you know, it would flop over a lot easier. I'm trying to make sure I've got everything balanced correctly, but having that little bit of grog does give it a bit more structure so that it you can do things a bit thinner without them wobbling so much. But that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good for a big batter bowl. That's what these are, mixing bowls. Some people call them batter bowls. They will get a handle on the opposite side of the spout. Let's carefully move this around, because like just bumping it and even holding it a little bit off center can cause it to collapse. Mithril Sage, hello. Do the things I make like that keep their shape without baking? So they will, because that's the nature of clay. Like once they have this shape, as long as I don't go poking at it or knock it over or something, you know, it's gonna stay that shape until it dries. And it will dry and hold its shape. But if I don't fire it, it'll be like super fragile and it will dissolve in water, because that is the other property of clay. And, I use that property to my advantage because if something does break, then, I can still reuse the material. I just put it back in water, let it dissolve, and then, make it into something else. But these pieces do have to be fired to be functional. So as long as I don't mess with it too much, as long as a cat doesn't knock it over, it's going to be okay. It's just got to make it through the firing process. Now things could happen, like it could during the firing process, it could crack, it could warp. Maybe warping is not keeping its shape, but it's like just by a little bit. Maybe it will be oval instead of round. That could sometimes happen. Okay, I gotta be careful because that section is a little bit thinner. Just had to slow it down a little bit. Need to pay attention to how tall I got those other pieces. Welcome back, everybody. Need to pay attention to how tall those other pieces were. Right now I'm just trying to get a nice even wall. Mithril Sage, thank you for the follow. Yeah, you say you've never actually had the chance to mess with clay beyond some modeling clay. Yeah. Has a lot of the same properties. This is water-based versus, oil or polymer-based for different modeling clays. But, so this, like I say, it does have to be fired. But once it is fired, it's sealed and it's food safe. So, everything I'm making here, or the most things that I'm making are meant for food storage or eating off of or production of. Eternal Great Krat, hey! Thank you for the raid. Welcome, and good afternoon. How are you doing today? How was your stream? What were you working on? Answer all the questions. I am attempting to make some mixing bowls or batter bowls. And with these, they start off as a bowl, regular bowl, and they get a spout. I like to give them a nice chunky spout. Try to get underneath here. Yeah, I'm glad you had a good stream. You did some artwork, possible sticker ideas. Yeah. Stickers are awesome. We have we sell quite a few stickers at our shop down in Nashville. But I find it interesting that a lot of times the shows that we go to, some of the ones that are in convention centers, they have a strict no sticker policy. They don't say that you are not allowed to sell stickers, but they say if they find any of your stickers stuck to any part of the convention center, you're going to be fined like $200 per sticker, $200 per sticker. So maybe they actually do have a no. Maybe they do have like a posted you aren't allowed to have stickers, sell stickers or hand them out or something like that. Plus the fine. Maybe there is a rule. Because you think if there wasn't a rule, people would still bring them. But I can imagine how much time and effort they've probably spent trying to scrape stickers off of columns and bathrooms and stuff. Here we go. This is how they all start, as 4 pounds of clay. Hold on. We got to see this. Look. Minnie and Kiba being door greeters today. Minnie and Kiba. Popping air bubbles. Oh, come on. How did that not pop the air bubble? There. Okay. There we go. Mithril, you got 3 new kittens last month. Oh my goodness. They're 12 weeks old, 10 weeks, and 13 weeks old. So they're not the same litter then. Oh. You've always wanted to try pottery. You've done the sculpting, like you say, yeah, but never used a pottery wheel. It is a lot of fun. I highly recommend if you ever want to try it, like look for classes in your area because a lot of places will have a one-time introductory lesson where you can just get your hands dirty and see if you want to do a longer course because if you really want to dig into it, then like I would suggest doing like a semester long, like 6 to 8 week course, because that way you'll get to do like all parts of the process and get down to the nitty gritty. Cobalt Reefer, good afternoon. Yeah, it just makes sense to practice to be able to throw consistently, yes. And that's the thing, it does take a lot of practice, which any craft takes a lot of practice, but to be able to start making things, you have to, practice it and get the hang of it. Everybody, so many people are used to these, like, paint parties or sign parties where you stencil something on a sign, or, paint and sip parties where you follow instructions to do a painting and you leave with a finished product. People are used to like instant gratification without much effort, and so I've had a lot of people get kind of discouraged with doing pottery because it's something that takes a lot more. There's not a lot of instant gratification with it. It's something that requires a lot of patience, and it just takes time. I am making mixing bowls, or I am attempting to. Make a little notch right there so I know where I'm putting my handle, and then we'll give it a spout. Trying to push my glasses up. I've got to adjust them. They keep falling down. Hey, Polly. Yes, a big bowl. Yes, I will add the spout. So I got everything else the way I want it. We add a spout. I give it a nice big chunky spout. And then we try to put this thing back into shape. I think I need to make sure that the next one is flared out a little bit more instead of slightly curved in. I'm not sure I like the way that looks. Yeah, most people don't have room for a pottery wheel. That's why I always suggest people take classes with somebody else. Use all of their equipment until you figure out what you want to do, because you know what? Every single piece of equipment in my studio I've purchased used, because people go out and buy this equipment and think they're going to get into it, but then once they start it, they realize it's not an easy hobby, and then they try to get rid of it. So I've gotten mostly good deals on all of my equipment. So I always recommend just go use someone else's equipment, give it a try, see if you even want to do it before you invest hundreds of dollars or even more in equipment that you may not use. Yeah, there's lots of kilns available. I think partially because people just buy up the wheels as soon as they're on the market. Like it's it's hard to find a used wheel right now, but with kilns, because like electric kilns were when they first came out, they were marketed as the home hobbyist pottery tool, and so you see a lot of those that from people from estate sales now, like a lot of them from the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, when that's how they were, when slip casting and paint your own pottery stuff was kind of the main thing people did as a pottery hobby, because it was easier to get into. And so you see a lot of kilns with molds, but not kilns with pottery wheels. I shouldn't throw that on there yet. Ben, you found an ancient scut for free. Yeah, and you could find a lot of that because, and seriously, the bricks are probably perfectly fine, and even the electrical parts might be fine, but you've got to replace the elements. Which once you get into it, it's not all that hard, but it's still, you get a free kiln, put a couple $100s in it, and it's working again. Belzy, you're looking for a kiln, but in Quebec it's not as available. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. If you have it needs a new lid and elements, but much cheaper than buying new ones. Yeah. And most of the time, when you call the manufacturer and say what you've got, they're happy to, like, they will tell you exactly what you need to do to fix it. Because for the most part they're fairly simple machines. Go a little bit faster. And same thing with wheels. They're fairly simple machines. If you find a used one, even if maybe you've got to do a little work to it, it's always a good investment. Always. I'm not using my kilns right now. Should we sell them? It's like 110 degrees outside, so I'm not firing my kilns in here. I thought that would be kind of torturous. Yeah.
You know that tape measure is the flexible one? Okay, it was up front, kind of on the metal shelf. You happen to remove it somewhere?
No, I don't. I don't know. Yeah. You might need to ask Minnie. Oh, and firing the kiln, some of us may die, but it's a risk we're willing to take, yeah. Eternal Crate Crat, yeah, get some lunch. Thank you so much for stopping by. And speaking of eating, it reminded me to take a drink to hydrate. So especially since it's so hot outside, hydrate everybody. Yeah, I'll throw this website out there again. We sometimes visit govdeals.com, and you can find, I mean, you can find almost anything there, but it's government surplus. So schools or and libraries and pretty much anything that's a government entity will, sell whatever they, auction off things, surplus things they need to get rid of or for upgrades or whatever. But you can find a lot of art and craft supplies there. We've gotten kilns off of there, and you do see pottery wheels from time to time. Yeah, well, we actually have a problem with Gov Deals because we like place bids thinking, oh, that's nobody, it'll never sell for that. Oh, wait, we have to go where to pick what up? What? We need to learn to quit bidding on things just to watch them. Wonder Hamster. Belzy, oh, it's been a weird August for you. Here, it's not got over 77. Oh, lucky. Now, honestly, we've not had a bad summer. We've had a few hot spots like this one, but overall, it's been very mild. There's a Scut for sale in Berea and a manual wheel for sale in Missouri. Okay, Wonder Hamster, that reminds me. Have you looked on, like, do you follow the pottery used equipment on Facebook groups? There's a couple of them, and I forget which one it was. But somebody posted on there. They claimed they had a prototype wheel of some brand, and they were saying they were wanting $5,000 for it. And of course, everybody's response to it is like the laughing emote. And I was like wanting to look that up and see if it was like an actual thing or if it's just some weird pottery wheel somebody found it at a estate sale and they think it's special. But yeah, used kilns can go for anything, like you said. You can find them for free if they're, depending on how new they are. Anything with computer controls is going to be not necessarily harder to find, but they're going to be more expensive. People are going to bid on them more because they're obviously easier to use, and they're newer. And they've had like different computer controllers now for the past 20 years, so you can find a lot of them. And really, like, I think there's no reason not to put computer controls on any of your kilns because you can do it relatively cheaply now. There we go. And I already cut it off. Oh, you're going to get that one? Oh, okay, okay. Trying to get under there. Yeah, sometimes it's funny when you look at the classifieds or some of the Facebook group ads where you can tell if it's an actual like crafts person selling something versus somebody who found something in an estate sale and they are like, ooh, when I Google, pottery kilns, they sell for $6,000. I've got this little bitty thing that doesn't work that's 30 years old. Maybe somebody will give me $6,000 for it, and they try to put it up, as an antique kiln, and it's like, no. Pottery wheels right now used are going for around $500 for a good price. Oh, honey, you're so sweet. piles. Oh, air bubble. Yeah, I think I've lost everybody to Gov Deals. It's an easy place to get lost. It is. I mean, where else can you find a by a traffic light or a school bus or a fork truck or a pallet full of printers from 1995? Or my favorite, a 5-pound box of scissors. That's my favorite. Paul, whoa! Hey, everybody. I didn't let you buy the the train. There was an actual train. Hey, everybody, Vex and Paul, welcome. Good afternoon. Probably should turn this down a little bit if I'm actually going to make it into something. Let's get this clay off of here. I'm attempting to make some mixing bowls. We were talking about looking at the government surplus auctions like Gov Deals and how it's like a dangerous place to get lost. 'Cause there's so many like fun and weird things there. So Paul, what were you working on today? How was your stream? I feel an air bubble. You can see it? See it? We're going to pop it. It's like popping a zit. A little bit satisfying. There we go. Plans? Do we have plans for TwitchCon? Who has plans? I don't have plans. Oh, now I've got clay on my glasses. I did it. Stream was good. You were sculpting the 2 volcanoes from lava by Pixar. I know that one. Yes, I remember that one. Hey, Stevie, welcome. Paul, what type of plans are you like what day are we getting there plans, or I need to actually Wonder Hamster, can you ask Dylan if they're including grid wall, because grid wall was not mentioned in the package. in the booth package that they gave us in the packet, grid wall was not mentioned at all. So we need to figure that out. Just say, I guess it wasn't mentioned in the package this year, but we had it last year, and grid wall is exactly what it sounds like. It's a wall of metal grid that you can hang things on, and you see it a lot with booths of people who are doing like paintings or prints or things you can hang that you need to hang on a wall, because it's thin, lightweight, sturdy, and you can just hang hooks on it, and so it's better than just having like a plain curtain or whatever. And they provided that last year, so we just brought like hooks and pieces of wood to make shelves out of. So that's something that we need to know if it's going to be there, so we can plan our booth out. Yeah, you've seen grid wall at probably almost every like retail establishment. You just didn't know what it was. Yeah, and a lot of the information they had posted about our booths and stuff was like copy pasted from TwitchCon Paris. So I don't know if like they have everything updated for the Vegas show yet. Pegboard tends to be like the masonite wood with just the holes in it. Grid wall is like it's a wire mesh. All right, we have another mixing bowl. Almost. I've got to put a spout in it, and then once these dry some, I will give them handles. And these should dry out by tonight, but if they don't, I'll put handles on them tomorrow, because they are bigger than the mugs. So they take a little bit longer to dry. Okay. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people there. Sounds like we've got a good variety. I know it's going to be overwhelmingly like 2D art, but I think, like I said, there's crazy pottery people there, leather workers, and a glass blower. I think that hurt some of the artists last year, where like there was so much of the same type of artwork that some people like maybe didn't do as good as they could have. Stevie, you're bowled over by our work. Ooh, I love it. Oh, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry at all. If I was making mugs, I would say it was getting muggy in here. Don't worry, I'm making mugs later. We'll get to that later. That one never gets old. Never apologize for your puns. All right, Paul, have a good afternoon. Oh, so you took your wife to the orchard today for her birthday. That was nice. You stood there for half an hour looking at the trees, but apparently that's not the Apple Watch she wanted. That was pretty good. Right, we're gonna turn that down a bit. Maybe turn it down a bit more. I might have stretched this one out too tall. Okay. You went to the zoo today and saw a baguette in a cage. You asked the keeper, and apparently it was bred in captivity. Bred. Well, on that note, I think we're about to have an ad. Still got about 30 seconds, though. I'll finish this one up and get another one started. This one is awfully wonky. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. This one is, though. This poor thing. Remember, with jokes like that, a groan is as good as a laugh. Why are you so wonky? Whew. How does this look? I may have to just leave this the shape it is and then kind of maybe work on it once it dries out a little bit more. That does look pretty rough. But I'll spend enough time kind of trying to fix this poor thing. And I gotta figure out where to put it. It's unique. I'll give it half a chance. If I don't like it, then I won't finish it. And that's the thing. Like if I'm gonna like, if I think it's not gonna look very good, like I'd rather scrap it now than later. Not waste more time and energy on it. I think I got 3 more. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I can reuse the clay. If I don't like that piece and I just want to like squish it, or if it's already dried too much, I'll just put it back in water. But yeah, all the scraps that I've cut off of the pieces, I've got them over here in a bag that I'll just use again over the next few days. I buy the clay fresh, which is what this is. But when I have reclaim, I like to mix reclaim, kind of, sometimes half and half, depending on how soft I want the clay. Mix it back in with the fresh clay. Need some more water. Yeah, you've always fancied having a go at pottery. Yes, you should. I recommend looking up places that do classes. That way you can kind of try it out without having a huge investment. Because there's so many different things you can do. Like throwing on the wheel is only one of many, many, many techniques. Hollywood, thank you for the follow. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the studio. Happy Thursday or happy Friday Eve. I know for some people it's probably a whole lot closer to Friday, depending on where you are in the world. Be a little bit slower. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. So yeah, your Thursday's over. All right, another spout. All right, we'll do 2 more of these. And then I gotta decide what I'm doing next. A little bit slower. Maybe even more than that. Oh, what is all this? A quart of plants and cats. Thank you for the raid. It's a plants and cats raid. Welcome. We love both. And hold on, let me straighten this thing out a little bit, and I will show you the cats because I'll see if they're in the same spot. They are not here with me today. They are sunning in the front of the studio. I don't know if you can see them both or not. Let's see. Yes, Kiba is in the sunlight and Minnie's right next to the door, but you can't see her very well. I bet he's like moving with the sunspot. That's our front door. We have guard kitties on duty. Working hard for their kibble. So plants and cats, what were you doing today? What were you working on? Your cats are all freeloaders, yeah. Really? You just finished a week of pottery? Well, what are you doing? You did special streams from your basement pottery studio all week, so you showed them some of the pieces you finished on stream. Nice. What have you been working on? So these guys, this is a 4-pound bowl that's going to be a mixing bowl. Now that I look at that, it's kind of uneven. Let's do that right there. There we go. So about your stream name, like, does it have anything to do with all the books that are seem like like a lot of the books you see are titles like A Court of Thorn and Roses, A Court of this and that, A Court of, one thing and another? Is your name based on like books like that, or is it another reference? So I think it's the Thorn and Roses is like one of the popular ones. It is those books. Okay, yeah. So I've actually made mugs for those books. It was people requesting custom orders for Sarah Maas. Is that her name? Author Maas. I actually don't know how to say it, but like I had a couple of different requests. Different people didn't know each other, like, and at different times of year for quotes from that book. And so like I looked it up. I'm like, what is this? Maybe I should know about this. And so I read like the first like one and a half. But plants and cats are much better. Mine would be pots and cats. The court of pots and plants. Or pots and cats. Pots and cats. Yeah, it's the like now I have to think about what the actual quote it is, but it's the one you see all the time. But it's got like the mountains with like three stars above it. You're new to pottery. You might have stolen that one. Yeah, hey, there's still time. Our business name is Pauly Studios because that's our last name, but it's spelled Pawley, and so we put a as you can see in the on the front door, we put a paw print. Our logo is a pot with a paw print in the center with a cat peeking around the corner. So that's we embrace the cat branding. Whimsical mast. Ooh. And unabashedly, Ash, thank you for the follows. Oh, really? Oh, I have to thank them. But yeah, welcome. We are, my husband and I are full-time potters out of southern Kentucky. That's why I'm here kind of making things so often, is because this is our full-time job. Where are you at? Like it's a small world. Cue the music. You're in Somerset. Where is Somerset? And why do I know that? Who do I know in Somerset? Is that like between Lexington and Berea? Or somewhere around there? I think I have a shop in Somerset. I think I sell to somebody in Somerset. Is there a shop around there named the Art Alley? Well, we are in Russellville, which is just south of Bowling Green. We're kind of like, if you know, when I describe where we are in the world, I say we're just north of Nashville, Tennessee, because we're right on the border. Yeah, the Mana Health and Stamina mugs are fun. We had those at Gen Con, and we'll be taking those to TwitchCon this year in October. Have you ever been to the Berea Artisan Center? Because we have stuff there too. Home of country music in Nashville, yes. That's where we actually have our retail shop. If you saw a bunch of mugs and little cardboard boxes that had fandom stuff on them, that was ours. I think they also carry pie plates. I think we dropped off a bunch of pie plates to them not too long ago, too. So I will say, like, whenever you get to the point where you want to start, like, selling in bulk, if you're interested in wholesale selling at all, you should look into the Kentucky Crafted program, because that's how I got into the Berea Artisan Center. They purchase from Kentucky artists who are in the Kentucky Crafted program, and it's basically a vetting program. You apply and you jury into it, and they look at your products, tell you where you need room to improve, and if they like what they see, then they and you will agree to wholesale something. It doesn't have to be everything, but something. Then you can exhibit at the Kentucky Crafted markets. Yeah, Kentucky Crafted. Just look that up. It is actually one of the more unique programs out there. It is a state funded art program. It started in the early 80s. I just found this out this year, actually. It started in the early 80s for a way for the Kentucky state parks to be able to purchase from Kentucky artisans. And so they got this program together where all the state parks, they put together this show of Kentucky artisans for state parks to come and purchase from, so they could support local artists and help people make a living at being an artist. I know, who would have thought? And for anybody in surrounding states, I think the program is now open to people in surrounding states, so anything touching Kentucky. And it's expanded to not be just gift shops or government government facilities or park gift shops, but to any retailer in Kentucky can come and purchase from these artists. Yeah, there's a show every March in Lexington, and then they you're put on a list for people looking for whatever it is you happen to make. You're put on a list, and people can look you up and. Okay. You think you've been to that one before, yeah, but didn't realize how the program worked, yeah. All right. So that does make 10 of these. So now I can work on something else. And I may do 10-ounce mugs and then do some travel mugs, because that way I can get used to a smaller amount of clay again. Oh, nice. Yeah. You've you'll be a while before you do anything like that, but you've got a few pieces getting sold in the shop of a friend in September. Good. Stevie, you do model railroads. Stevie, but does your dog ride the model trains though? Oh, is that what you stream? You build like model trains? Nice. Court, have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much for stopping by. See, now this is so much less clay. I've been working with 4 pounds, and this is like 12 ounces. So I'm having to like adjust the amount of pressure I'm putting on the clay, so because I don't want to squish it. I'll make this one and measure it and see if I need to adjust it. Has the light beam moved? Has the sun changed positions, or has Kiba moved? I can't tell. I think the sun has moved. Again, such a hard life. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to make a guide because this way it won't have to measure them. There we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. You can see Minnie's ears, yeah. Did I cut this one off? Did I? I don't remember. Whew, sorry. That knocked my glasses off. What are we looking for?
Just one of your cerebral light switches.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, here we go. Okay. There we go. Your dog, Isla or Ms. Wrinkles, yeah. It's like how we have a long-haired white cat at home who we gave her a couple of different names, but she just ended up being Fuzzy. Welcome back. Your dog came as a foster for 2 weeks 5 years ago. A foster fail. We have a couple of those. I mean, Minnie and Kiba, who are in the front window. Oh, look, he moved. He moved. He's alive. They were both strays. Minnie showed up and had kittens. And then one of the kittens that we gave away ended up coming back. So we also have a foster fail. But she's at home. Yeah, she just latched onto you and you to her. The first night you took her for a walk, her collar and leash came off. Oh no. But she was just right there waiting for you. Chatter, I've been doing this for a while. It's been exactly 20 years since I took my very first pottery class, but so I've been making pots for a while. Not all of that was making very good pots, but I've been doing this full time now for 11 years. So I started when I was 5. Yeah, I wish. I am what's called an old millennial. Or I should say, oh no, yes, I was some type of protege who was, in college at 5 years old. Don't say that. You're only as old as you feel. Cause I feel like I'm 90. No, my mother I think when I was younger, like in my late 20s, I just told my mother, "Oh, I feel so old," and she's like, "I know you're not old. You're only old you're not old till you have to take a Tylenol to get up in the morning and take a Tylenol to go to bed at night." maybe, maybe now I'm old. No, they do not need to be in color. Yes, some days you ache and some days you can run around like a spring chicken. That's called arthritis. Purple Tess, welcome. I like that name. Purple's my favorite color. We even painted the outside of our building here purple. Arthur Artist, you say? Yeah, hey, there we go. Is that how the closed captioning translated it? Hey, Tess. Yeah, it was funny. Like that we so when you have a build, you do anything to a building that has a storefront, you usually have to get approval from someone like the city or whatever to put up a sign. Ooh, and do whatever you're gonna do, submit proposals and like mock-ups or whatever. And so we were like, we're gonna paint the building purple. It's like not even like this much purple. It's a dark purple, so it's not like neon purple or anything. But we had to go through the approval process, and they hemmed and hawed until I showed them how it wasn't gonna be a bright color, because we're on the front of our we're on our town's court square here, so they wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be anything too crazy. And they let me do it, whatever. And then a coffee shop opened down the road, and they're called the Flying Pig, and so they wanted to paint their building pink, and I don't blame them. And so and they didn't end up painting it like all pink. It's mostly like navy blue with pink and white highlights, which is very, very tasteful. But the city was giving them a hard time about wanting to paint it pink. And then so she told me, she pointed at our building. She's like, you let them paint their building purple. I just want to do pink highlights. Come on. so she has pink highlights. But yeah, there you can see the outside of it. See where we are in the world. Though I don't know if the Flying Pig was open yet then for the Google 360 view. I don't know if they were there yet. But you can go down the street and see them. You like colorful storefronts? Yeah. 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 Like I say, it's darker, kind of darker on the building than what we originally picked out, but that's how paint is sometimes. Oh, it looks like it got cloudy outside. And then I was going to see So this is like where the cats are in our building here. That's where I am. That's where we make everything. And then if my mouse will work. And I'll show you. This is one shot of our gallery down in Nashville. Where did it go? There we go. So okay, so it's not all there. Nope. Nope. Oh well. I was trying to extend it out. But that's kind of like going through the front door. Really thought I could extend that out a little bit. There we go. I mean, not that it's all that much, but that's just kind of what it is. And then oh, Cheddar, you're out of here. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. And then this is kind of a like one end of the shop looking down to the other end. Very back looking down to the other end. But and so I think we're probably live in the studio in the shop right now. So we're creating a wormhole where we're like showing pictures of the studio live, and if I have the I don't have the TVs on right now. Let's go back to cats. Oh, look, the sun came back out. There we go. There we go. That's where the cats are. Yeah, Minnie's halfway in the sun right now. Right, the keyboard. Hey, it works. That needs to be taller. So. Yeah, he was gonna get mad at Minnie for stealing the sunshine. Yeah, or he might be able to get his lazy butt up and move. Oh, there's a stretch.